Dave Ball, the visionary architect behind some of the most electrifying sounds of the 1980s, has left an indelible void in the world of music following his passing at the age of 66. As the co-founder of the groundbreaking synth-pop duo Soft Cell, Ball was instrumental in redefining popular music with his innovative use of synthesizers, blending raw emotion with pulsating electronic beats that captured the zeitgeist of a decade defined by excess and experimentation. His death, which occurred peacefully in his sleep at his London home after a protracted battle with illness, marks the end of an era for fans who grew up swaying to the hypnotic rhythms of tracks that still echo through clubs and playlists today. The announcement, shared solemnly on the band's official website, has prompted an outpouring of tributes, underscoring Ball's profound influence not just as a musician, but as a pioneer who pushed boundaries and inspired generations. The confirmation came from Ball's longtime collaborator and Soft Cell counterpart, Marc Almond, whose heartfelt Instagram post served as both eulogy and celebration. Accompanied by an evocative blue-tinted photograph of Ball, the caption etched a poignant finality: Dave Ball 1959 to 2025. Almond's words, laced with grief and gratitude, painted a vivid portrait of a man whose wonderful, brilliant musical genius had been his creative anchor. "It is hard to write this, let alone process it," Almond confessed, "but it is with the greatest sadness that the other half of Soft Cell died peacefully in his sleep on Tuesday night." This intimate revelation humanizes Ball, transforming him from an enigmatic figure behind the decks to a cherished partner whose absence feels like a personal loss to those who knew him best. Almond's tribute delved into the nuances of Ball's final years, revealing a health trajectory marked by gradual decline yet unyielding determination. For several years, Ball had been grappling with the encroaching shadows of illness, a foe that tested his resilience but never dimmed his passion for creation. Even as his body weakened, his spirit propelled him into the studio, where he continued to craft sounds that bridged past glories with future possibilities. Their most recent outing as Soft Cell, a triumphant headline slot at the Rewind Festival mere weeks prior, exemplified this tenacity. Performing to an ecstatic crowd of over 20,000, Ball emerged invigorated, his energy reignited by the roar of appreciation. After which, Ball was elated and given an enormous boost, Almond recalled, a moment that now gleams as a bittersweet pinnacle in their shared legacy. Looking ahead, Soft Cell's forthcoming sixth and final studio album, Danceteria, stands as a testament to Ball's enduring legacy. Slated for release in the spring of 2026, the project evokes the duo's formative sparks in the gritty underbelly of early 1980s New York, a city that pulsed with the raw energy of punk, disco, and nascent electronic scenes. For Almond, the album's motifs, self-referential nods to Soft Cell's myths and milestones, offer closure, circling back to the origins that birthed their sound. "We always felt we were an honorary American band as well as quintessentially British," he reflected, capturing the transatlantic alchemy that infused their work with universal appeal. This impending release ensures Ball's voice, through loops, layers, and luminous synths, will resonate long after his physical presence fades, a digital phoenix rising from the embers of loss. Formed in the ferment of 1979 at London's Goldsmiths College, Soft Cell emerged as unlikely alchemists in a post-punk landscape hungry for innovation. Almond's cabaret-inflected vocals, dripping with theatrical flair, intertwined with Ball's sonic wizardry to create a cocktail of hedonism and heartache. Their crowning achievement, a daring cover of Gloria Jones's 1964 soul lament, Tainted Love, catapulted them to stratospheric heights in 1981. Topping the UK charts for a record-breaking 16 weeks and selling millions worldwide, the track's throbbing bassline and urgent pleas became anthems for a generation navigating love's treacherous terrains. What began as a gritty reinterpretation evolved into a pop cornerstone, sampled, remixed, and revered in equal measure. Ball's hand in its production, layering icy Moog synths over driving rhythms, exemplified his genius for distilling complex emotions into danceable catharsis. Yet, Soft Cell's impact transcended a single hit. Their debut album, Nonstop Erotic Cabaret, delved into themes of urban alienation, sexual liberation, and nocturnal escapades, scoring with tracks like Sex Dwarf and Bedsitter that painted vivid tableaus of London's seedy glamour. Ball's production prowess, honed through obsessive experimentation with affordable synthesizers like the Roland System 100, democratized electronic music, making it accessible beyond elite studios. Their sophomore effort, The Art of Falling Apart, pushed further into decadence, while This Last Night, in Sodom explored biblical motifs with operatic grandeur. Though internal tensions led to a hiatus in 1984, Their reunion in the 2000s reaffirmed their timeless allure, with sold-out tours and remastered releases keeping the flame alive. Ball's contributions extended far beyond soft cell, branching into realms that showcased his restless creativity. In the late 1980s, he co-founded The Grid, a project that plunged into the burgeoning acid house movement, fusing rave energy with spiritual undertones. Albums like Electric Head and hits such as Flotation blended house grooves with shamanic samples, influencing the UK's warehouse party culture and earning acclaim from tastemakers like John Peel. His collaborations read like a who's who of pop and rock royalty, producing Kylie Minogue's sultry turn on Better the Devil You Know, lending synth textures to David Bowie's Ethereal Hours, and co-writing with Erasure's Vince Clarke on tracks that shimmered with new romantic nostalgia. Ball's fingerprints grace soundtracks, remixes and experimental forays, from ambient electronica to film scores, each bearing his hallmark of emotive minimalism. Reflecting on Ball's oeuvre reveals a man attuned to music's transformative power. Born in 1959 in Great Britain, he immersed himself in the DIY ethos of punk, but his heart lay in the infinite possibilities of electronics. Goldsmiths, where he met Almond, became a crucible for their partnership. Almond the storyteller, Ball the sonic sculptor. Their chemistry was symbiotic. Almond's lyrics, drawn from personal demons and decadent dreams, found perfect amplification in Ball's atmospheric builds. Critics often praised Ball's subtlety, how he wielded silence as deftly as swells, creating spaces where listeners could lose themselves. In an interview from the 2000s reunion era, Ball mused on synth-pop's evolution. "We were kids with cheap keyboards making magic. Now it's all software, but the thrill of discovery remains.